Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the first ever episode of Unprofessional Review. I'm Vogel94, the channel host. Hopefully this will be the first of many videos. I'm shooting it here in my bedroom. Pretty nice place. Before I get started into Metal Gear Solid, which I'm sure is why you guys all want to watch it, I just wanted to hurry up and go and explain what these videos are. I call them unprofessional reviews because truthfully they're probably going to end up being really opinionated. The way I feel about the games and whether or not you feel the same way doesn't really matter to me. It's also unprofessional because I'm probably going to swear every now and then, and well, if you think that's unprofessional, fuck it, I don't really care. So yeah, I think next week I'm probably going to upload a PlanetSide video review. I'm going to try and stick to games that not a lot of people are playing. Okay, that's not true. I'm going to probably do a bunch of games that everyone's playing, but also I'm going to try and do games that no one's playing, just so that you might get the idea behind something that you may have never even heard of, and you might find a new game that you like just because I did a review on it, and that would make me feel great. Before I get started, if you haven't checked out any of my other videos with D-Squad, I recommend you do that. It'll kind of give you an idea of who I am, whether or not you agree with me and my opinions and things like that. Well, mostly they're funny videos, so fuck it, it doesn't really matter if you've watched them. I don't even know why I did that, just wanted to plug that in there. Alright, if you've never played Metal Gear Solid, I guess I kind of want to explain to you. I'm not going to give you the background story behind it, just kind of gameplay facts, just because it's such a long and twisted story that I don't feel like explaining it. If you don't know what it is, what the story is, truthfully this game is going to be a hard one to follow, but it does like to give you a little bit of background into it. But I'm going to go ahead and explain what the old ones were like, starting with Metal Gear Solid 1. Well, I'm not even going to really touch on what it was like other than explain how it was linear in another stealth-based game. Well, I shouldn't say another because it was one of the original, and it was a very groundbreaking game for the time. Almost still, if you look at it, there's no other games like it now, I feel like, other than other Metal Gear Solids. But it was a stealth-based game. The entire objective was, you know, don't get caught. Leave the space where you play exactly like it was when you got there, meaning that none of the enemies even know you were there. You can knock them out, stun them, you can kill them, but all of those things are frowned upon. If you can make it through the linear portion of the game, point A to point B, without affecting the environment in any way, that's going to be a perfect gameplay for you. Which leads me to kind of explain why Metal Gear Solid 5 is so fucking good, because it breaks that mold entirely. It introduces open world where there's all different ways to get things done, where you're supposed to interact with your environment, you're supposed to capture people, you're supposed to send them back to Mother Base. I know that probably doesn't make much sense what I'm saying about that right now, but I'll explain what that means later. But another thing that's just so crazy about it is it's no longer that linear point A to point B. It's entirely open world. You can go about every mission in entirely different ways you want to do it. If you want to fly in your fucking helicopter gunning people down while Take On Me is playing through the speakers, you can do that. Or you can sneak up, have a sniper rifle, hide in the Afghan mountains and pick people off one by one. Those are just ways to kill people. Again, it's kind of frowned upon in this game. You're not supposed to kill the people, but you're no longer penalized for doing it. So I've taken on a persona I like to call Savage Snake. If you don't know who Snake is, I don't know why you're looking at Metal Gear Solid. You gotta know who Snake is by this point, even if you've never played the game. But there's just so many ways to do it. Your cardboard box is back there. You can sneak in a cardboard box. You can get in the cardboard box and you can have them pick you up in a truck and deliver you to the base that you're trying to attack. it's just so in depth. There's so many ways to do it. You can take out all the lights. You can shoot out the lights. You can destroy the anti-air. You can call in your helicopter to cover you while you're going in on foot. As you see in my video right here and now, I just got caught by a sniper up in the mountains that I had no, well, I guess I had an idea he was there. I started to tag him in that. But the first time I came across him, I had no idea that he was there. A whole new aspect that's involved in this game that they never had in the other ones. I don't know about Peace Walker because I've never played Peace Walker, and I know that Mother Base was something there, but I don't know what it was. But in this one, you're able to build your entire Mother Base starting from scratch. You just start off with your command platform, and you can invest into another platform that comes out that's going to be your R&D. In your R&D, they can develop new guns for you, new attachments for your guns. You can develop combat squads that you can send out to do missions for you. You can, there's just so much shit that you can do from there. I can't even explain it all. There's a whole new development scheme to it. There's resources you can find around, which works great with the open world. It's something that I feel like would be not difficult to do in a linear-based game, but much more, less effective, because in the open world, because you can go anywhere and do anything, you can just go around and collect your resources. You'll find your fuel units, you'll find your biological resources, you'll find plants that you need. There are animals in the wild that you can capture and then Fulton up into the air that your plane will come through and take them, and you get what's basically karma points, heroism points, for doing well. That's just all things that you would never even expect to be in a Metal Gear Solid game. I'm just used to, you know, sneaking up, catching someone and interrogating him, figuring out what he knows, and then killing him or knocking him out, and then never worrying about that guy again. But now every single person that you capture, if you Fulton them up to your plane, they go to your Mother Base and they get recruited into your army that you're building. They become an asset to you, and that's just so awesome and so revolutionary to me that it just blows my mind. The graphics in this game, beautiful. I know it's kind of hard to tell because I uploaded what I'm now realizing is a night video. I thought that there was going to be some daytime. Maybe there is by the end. A lot of your game is run out of what's called your iDroid. I know, kind of funny, iPhone droid. But one complaint that I kind of have is that the iDroid gets a little complex, and difficult to navigate sometimes when you're looking through your missions. But that being said, once you're used to it, and it's not difficult at all, and it actually runs really smoothly at that point, and it's awesome. From your iDroid, you're able to customize your Mother Base, change the colors, build onto it, start developments, change your people around, figure out where they go, and put them into different teams, like your R&D, your combat squad. I'm sorry, those are the only two that I'm thinking about right now. I don't know why. Oh, medical, things like that. Another new thing you get in this is there's a buddy system. You start off with your buddy. The only buddy you have is D-Horse, and it's just a horse that you get to ride around Afghanistan. You can get armor for him so that he becomes stronger. I probably don't recommend getting the armor just because you normally don't ride D-Horse into combat, just because the game is still based around stealth, so it's kind of hard to stealth on a horse. But you can also, I haven't even gotten it yet because I'm just not very far into the game yet. The open world is just keeping me so busy with so many side ops that I haven't gotten around to going too deep into the main story right now. But I know I found a puppy out in the wilderness and I Fultoned him up, and now that puppy's growing into a dog, and once it's actually a full-size dog, it's gonna be, his name is Dee, and I'm gonna be allowed to carry him out into the field and he can fight for me. He carries a knife in his mouth. It's just things that are just so cool to me. I just haven't played enough of this game, I feel like, to give you that much more into the review, but I just know, like, from what I've experienced, from the 10-15 hours that I have played right now, that it is one of the best games to come out this year. Hands down the best game since The Witcher right now, and I highly recommend it to everyone. Whether you're a stealth-based player or you just want to run in there, run and gun, I recommend that you get this game and you try it out, even if you have to rent it. Thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe.